Right. Good evening, all of you. Good evening. Can you all hear me?
Good evening, madam.
You all can hear me clearly, right?
Yes, madam.
Can you all see my screen? I have shared my screen. Can you all see that?
Yes, madam.
Yes, it's visible.
Right. Okay. Fine. So we are talking about the role of a human resource manager, right? So up to last week, we have discussed several roles, right? So what are the roles that HR manager is performing? Any questions up to the things that I have explained you so far? Any questions? Or is it all clear? If it is all clear, then we can move forward. Yes, is it clear? So from your silence, I would guess yes. Okay. Right. So last week we've stopped at the point of change agent, right? So today we are going to talk about from the maintenance role. So here the maintenance means not the building maintenance and all, right? Nadattu anshe wage ekak නෙමෙයි. So here the maintenance is whatever the policies or the procedures implemented by the organization or the HR department has to be maintained properly. පවත්වාගෙන යාම. Right? So when the HR manager does that role, we would say that he is performing the maintenance role. Right? So maybe introducing of rewards management or career planning, development programs, all these policies and procedures with regard to those has to be maintained properly. So that is an ultimate role of a human resource manager. So that's why we would say he's performing the maintenance role. Then we have the executive role. Here the executive means execute, right? So execute means implementing such things. Implementing policies, procedures, or we could say executing policies and procedures. Then he's playing the role of an executive role. Then we have the decision maker. Of course, you can understand what is meant by decision making role, right? So with regard to employees' perspective, he is the one who is taking decisions. Then coordinator's role. Coordinator's thing. It can be a program, right? It can be a whatever the policy, or maybe a communication channel, whatever the task. If HR manager is coordinating such, then we would say he's playing the coordinator's role. Then at last we have the monitoring role. So monitoring role means he needs to monitor to ensure that the things are running smoothly in the organization. If there is a policy that the employees should report to work at 8 o'clock, the HR manager needs to monitor that, whether all the employees are coming at 8 o'clock. In a situation like that, we would say he's playing the monitoring role, right? So that's it on the last 5 roles. Any questions? If you have so, you can ask from me. Any questions on the 5 roles that I have explained so far?
It's clear.
I didn't get you. What is it?
No, ma'am, it's clear for me.
Right. So everything is cleared, right? So we'll write the note on that. So write the subtopic as the maintenance role. HR manager plays a main role. HR manager plays a main role plays a main role to retain highly skilled workers to retain highly skilled workers by introducing policies and procedures. Policies and procedures. When such policies are formulated, when such policies are formulated, it has to be maintained It has to be maintained properly. It has to be maintained properly. Next one, executive role. Executive role. HR manager acts as an HR manager acts as an executor of the policy decisions. Executor of the policy decisions. Executor of the policy decisions in the company. In the company. For smooth functioning and for smooth functioning and for smooth functioning and effectiveness of the organization. Effectiveness of the organization. Effectiveness of the organization. Next one, decision maker's role. Decision maker's role. HR manager is the person. HR manager is the person to make decisions to make decisions in respect of management and in respect of management and development of human resources. Development of human resources. Next one, coordinator's role. Coordinator's role. Under that, HR manager coordinates the task of HR manager coordinates the task of developing and executing of HR policies and procedures which are put into operation. Last one, monitoring role. HR manager acts as a monitor. HR manager acts as a monitor to ensure that HR policies and procedures which formulated are monitored effectively effectively to meet the objectives. Right. Then we are going to discuss about the key result areas or the key functions of HR. Right? So I have to explain it to you, right? When we are discussing on the key result areas or the key functions of HR, if you Google it, you will get loads of key functions of HRM. But there are certain HR functions which are common, famous, and everybody has to use that, such as HR planning, recruitment and selection, performance management, training and development, likewise. So now we are going to see one by one, what are those functions of HRM? So we'll start from the HR planning. Try to understand the meaning by word itself. Human resource planning. Can someone guess what is meant by this human resource planning? Yes? Can we have a discussion? What is meant by this HR plan? In simple English, by looking at the word, can you all guess?
The arranging of the employee wise, department wise, like that.
Yes, that's it. Itself, you could say planning out the human resources, right? So planning itself, the HR, is one of the major key functions of HR. Right? So in an organization, we need to figure it out. Okay, for HR department, how many employees do we need? For marketing department, how many do we need? For production department, how many do we need? Likewise, we need to plan. And what are the qualifications of those people? Right? All these things has to be planned. Otherwise, everybody will recruit the way they wanted. No, there has to be a plan. There has to be a budget, right? And only that budget only the HR will do the recruitment. So that whole process we could define as the human resource planning. Okay, so I hope that part is very much clear with you all. And then we have the recruitment and selection. So recruitment and selection means recruiting. We are getting people in, and out of that, we are selecting one person. So it is the process of selecting the best candidate to be an organization. It is a very big module. right? So each of the key functions, you all will be learning that. So that's why it would say recruitment and selection. So all these interviews, medical test, selection test, all these things comes under recruitment and selection. Then we have the performance management. Again, in simple English, performance management means managing the performance of the employees, right? So there can be hundreds of employees in the organization, but we need to know how they are performing. If someone is not performing to the expected level, we need to develop them, right? So that is the performance management process. And then we have learning and development. So someone would say it's training and development, that's fine. So if some employee is not up to the expected level, we need to give some kind of a training to develop their skills. So that is very important. Now, for an example, if you all have a, let's say, cashier who is not very much good with the POS system, you all know what is meant by a POS system, right? So if we have identified that the employee is not capable with the POS system, what we can do is we need to give some training to that employee. Then he or she will be able to do the POS system or do the billing as fast as she can. That is through the POS system, through the training. That is where the training and development comes in. So those are the 4 main parts of the HRM, or we could say 4 main key functions of HRM. Is the 4 functions are clear for everybody? Yes or no, please?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Right. So if we all are clear with that, so we will write the note on that. So I'm just spending, as I explained you earlier, on this introduction part, very like it's time consuming, and giving a lot of notes means because you need to have a good foundation for this subject. Otherwise, I can just say, okay, this is this like that, right? But without understanding the basic concept properly, you won't be able to get on with the subject, right? So that's why I'm taking so much of the time, right? So write the main topic as the key functions of HRM. Under that first one, human resource planning. Under that, this is all about knowing the future manpower needs, or we could say HR needs, knowing the future manpower needs of the organization. of the organization. What kind of people? What kind of people? Does the organization need? Does the organization need? And how many? And how many? Second one, recruitment and selection. Recruitment and selection. Under that, this involves this involves attracting people to work attracting people to work attracting people to work for the organization for the organization and selecting the best candidates. And selecting the best candidates. Third one, performance management. performance management. Under that, it is essential in ensuring that employees stay productive, and engaged. Good performance management involves good leadership, clear goal setting, and open feedback. Fourth one, learning and development. Under that, HR bridges the gap. HR bridges the gap between the workforce today and the workforce needed in the near future. So students, to my area, we had a power cut. Now we have we had received the power back, right? So I was running through a battery and I need to connect it to the main power supply. So just give me 3 to 4 minutes. I need to connect it to the main power supply. So I will log off, right? And please do not go from the class, leave the class. Please remain. I'll be logging back. Okay. Right. So I hope nobody didn't leave the class, right? So let me share my screen. Now, wait. Okay, I'm waiting till I get the access to share the screen. Right, so we've written down the note on learning and development, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right, so then we have the career planning, right? So career planning means now you are in a stage, let's say accounts assistant. What is your career path in the organization? I can promote to accounts executive, I can promote to senior accounts executive, then I can promote to assistant manager finance. Likewise, that is my career path. So HR is responsible to plan out the careers of each and every employee. What are the promotions can be given to those employees? Mainly it comes under development. So if you are an HR assistant at the moment, so your next stage will be HR executive. So to become an HR executive, what are the qualities or the qualifications that you should have, right? So HR should align those things to the employees, then they will develop themselves. Then we have the function evaluation. So in some references, it would say job evaluation. So what is meant by that? It is mainly evaluating the job. Whatever we have defined, we need to see whether it is correct or not. Right? So that is what we meant by a function evaluation. Then we have rewards. Of course, you all know what is meant by reward. Rewards means employees are working, so someone has to pay for them. Right? Salary, benefits, and other rewards that will include here, and it is a main function of HRM. Right? So those are the next 3 points that we are going to discuss under main key functions of HRM. Is that 3 parts are clear for you all?
Yes, madam.
How about the others? Please let me know, right? Because I don't know whether you understood or not. Right. Then write the topic as career planning. Under that, this is the guidance and this is providing guidance, career guidance. I'm sorry. This is providing career guidance career guidance and development for employees. And development for employees. Development for employees. Showing employees showing employees how their ambition can align with the future of the company helps to engage and retain them. Helps to engage and retain them. Next one, function evaluation. Function evaluation. This can include the quality and availability. This can include the quality and availability of employees job responsibilities, and how much valued a job adds to the organization. Next one, rewards. Compensation and benefits are essential. Compensation and benefits are essential compensation and benefits are essential to attracting essential to attracting the right candidate the right candidate right candidate for the role and the company. For the role and the company. Rewards includes a salary. Rewards includes salary. But also growth and career opportunities.
Madam, can't hear properly. Can you just repeat the complete sentence?
Rewards include salary. But also growth and career opportunities. Comma, status. Status. Recognition. 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 A good organizational culture. A good organizational culture. Culture. And a satisfying work-life balance. And a satisfying work-life balance. Right? So those are the 3 points. Then we have the industrial relations. What is meant by industrial relations? So industrial relation is mainly known as the employee-employer relationship. The relationship between the management and the employees. Right? So maintaining a harmonious industrial relation is one of the main key functions of HRM. Otherwise, there will be always conflicts among the management and the employees. Right? So it is important to have a good relationship among these two parties in order to achieve the success of the organization. Then we have the employee participation and communication. Employees are likely to be heard from different topics. That means they need to know on what's happening in the organization, right? So maintaining such a good communication channel is one of another key function of HRM, right? So communication as well as the employee participation towards the goal setting or the decision making is also important. Then we have the health and safety. So those who are employee knows what is meant by employee health and safety, right? Providing personal protective equipments, PPEs. If it is a construction site, the employees should wear the helmet, boots, overall, necessary signs and everything. So all these health and safety issues are looked by HR department. So we could say that employee health and safety is again another function in HRM. Then we have the personal well-being. So mainly personal well-being is looking after the employees' mental and physical well-being. What sort of a problems does the employee have? Right, is there anything that the HR department can sort it out? Right, give any relief to the employee? So personal well-being is again important function. And lastly, we have administrative responsibilities. Whatever the administrative task that has to be performed by the HR department, maybe drafting letters, doing transfers, promotions, right, conducting surveys, all these administrative tasks comes under these administrative responsibility, right? So those are the main key functions of HRM. Is the last explained 5 parts are clear, or else do I need to explain it more? Then tell me, I will explain it again.
It is clear, ma'am.
How about the others?
Yes, it's clear.
Clear, madam. Right. So we'll write the topic on industrial relations. Industrial relations. Another function of HR another function of HR is maintaining and cultivating relationships cultivating relationships with management and employees. Maintaining good relations will help to spot and resolve potential conflicts quickly and will also be beneficial in more difficult economic times. Next one, employee participation and communication. Employee participation and communication. Under that, employees need to be informed and heard on different topics and heard on different topics that are relevant to them. That are relevant to them. Next one, health and safety. Under that, HR plays an important role HR plays an important role in creating and implementing health and safety regulations. Creating and implementing health and safety regulations. Making these regulations part of the company culture, is one of the main functions of HR. Is one of the main functions of HR. Next one, personal well-being. Personal well-being. HR has a function in HR has a function in assisting and taking care of employees, assisting and taking care of employees, taking care of employees when they run into personal problems. Personal problems. Personal well-being is about personal well-being is about supporting employees supporting employees when things don't go as planned. When things don't go as planned. Problems in the workplace and outside. Problems in the workplace and outside. Workplace and outside can negatively impact can negatively impact employee performance employee performance, employee engagement and productivity. Employee engagement and productivity. Employee performance, employee engagement and productivity. Last one, administrative responsibilities. Administrative responsibilities. These include personnel procedures of HR. Personnel, PERSONNEL, personnel procedures of HR. Personnel procedures involves handling of promotions, transfers, disciplinary procedures, etc. Right. So now we are going to see why this HR is so much of an important in an organization. That is very simple, right? So please try to understand these main 6 points, the importance of HR, and tell me if you cannot understand or if you need any further explanation, please tell me, right? Because I think you all can understand. By the knowledge that you all have gained so far, you will be able to understand what are the importance of HRM. So please go through that, read those notes, and tell me if you don't understand any point, then I will explain it to you. Yes, any point that I need to explain it? Or else if you can understand all of these 6 points, please copy them on your notebook. Once you have completed the writing, please let me know. Have you all completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So now we have going to identify the responsibilities of a human resource manager. Right. So identifying the responsibilities of a human resource manager, I would like to give you a practical activity which you all can understand on a responsibilities of a human resource manager. To identify what are the responsibilities of a human resource manager, simply you can go down to topjobs.lk and you can search for HR managers vacancies and you can see the duties and the responsibilities of a human resource manager, right? So there you can understand on what are the responsibilities of a human resource managers, right? So here I have identified several main responsibilities that HR manager is handling. So we've talked about the recruitment and selection as a main HR function. So handling out the recruitment and selection process is one of the main responsibility of the HR manager. Then we have organization structure and planning. So here it covers the HR planning topic that we have discussed so far. Then we have the build HR policies and maintain them. So that is another main responsibility of HR manager, right? Building HR policies and maintaining them, right? So as you can remember, when we discussed about the roles of a human resource manager, we discussed about executive role, maintenance role, monitoring role. All these things covered the HR policies and procedures, right? So building up HR policies and procedures are one of the main responsibility of a HR manager. Then we have the rewards and recognition, paying up the salaries on time, paying the EPF ETS, right? Not the finance is responsible, but the HR manager is responsible for such. So therefore, that's why HR managers are responsible in handling the employee's salary. Right, but most of the companies, in some companies, preparing salaries are done by the finance department, right? But whoever do that, the HR manager is responsible for paying up the salaries and rewards and other benefits to employees. And lastly, we have training and development. Organizing, coordinating, preparing, implementing the training and development programs of the to the employees and improve their skills, knowledge is another main responsibility of a HR manager, right? So those are the main 5 HR responsibilities of a HR manager. So if you go through some of the vacancies advertisement which are appeared in the top jobs, you will find the same related responsibilities of which I have explained so far. Right? So am I clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
So anything which are not clear, you can ask me now. If you all are clear, then you all can copy these 5 responsibilities and you can write another more 5 responsibilities which you can find out from the vacancy advertisement. So have you all finished copying that?
Yes, madam.
Right. So then we'll move forward with the last part. So now we are going to discuss what are the HR challenges that the HR people are facing today. There are few. First one is acquisition, right? So that means acquire the talent, building up the employees, or inviting or interviewing employees. You all know how much of vacancies are existing in an organization, right? If you see if you are a job seeker, if you are visiting the top jobs daily, right, you know there are a lot of advertisements are going on with the vacancies. Some vacancies are repeating, right? Weekly they are repeating it, right? So that is so much of a hard or a challenge to HR people to have best employees to the organization. Then we have this managing change. I'm not going to explain it again, right? Because managing a change, I have explained it under change agent role. How far is it difficult for the organized HR people to manage a change in an organization? Managing an employee turnover, attrition rate, retention. We've talked about it. Under key objectives, we talked about the retention. So retention, retaining employees is again another challenge for HR people. Balancing work and personal life. What is that? Balance between work and the personal life, work-life balance, right? So HR needs to practice such things, maybe around flexi hours, right? Maybe giving some additional hours to look after their babies or kids, right? Or else attending to a school function or parents teacher meeting. Likewise, balancing the work life as well as the personal life. So HR needs to find out what are the things that they can do in order to balance the work life. And lastly, building up the work culture. A healthy working culture or working environment, creating that is very important and very difficult, right? Because people are different. Somebody will like that work culture and somebody may not. Therefore, HR people needs to have a balanced working culture in an organization in order to maintain the harmony in the organization and to keep the employees happy. It's a really challenge, right? Sometimes there can be employees who have like 30 to 40 years of service experience. There can be employees who are just new or 1 year or 2 year experience. So those are younger generation. So HR needs to balance the working environment between these old people and the new people or younger generation, right? So creating a healthy working environment or working culture is going to be again a challenge for HR people. So those are the some of the HR challenges that the HR people will face nowadays, right? So is it clear to everybody about the challenges? Or do I need to explain it again? Then let me know, I will do it. If you all are clear, please copy that. By copying that, then we have come to the end of the first module under business management HR subject. So this is the first module, and we've spent 3 days, that is 6 hours. 6 hours on this introduction part, right? So please copy the HR challenges as well. Right, have you all finished that? Right, so that's it for today, right? So we have covered the first module within 3 days, right? So next in our class, we will be discussing the departmentization of the human resource management, right? So thanks a lot for joining with me, and I hope you all have completed your note, and if you all have missed anything, please go through the recording and complete your note, and please do the activity that I've given you all. Then you'll be able to enhance your knowledge on HR field, right? So thanks a lot for joining with me. Hope to see you again. Till we meet again, stay safe. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.